Okay, might as well go straight to the Mishna Berura. 304, Mishna Berura. Okay, Siv se Lashon Rambam. This particular Siv, the words of the Mechaber are the words of the Rambam. They sharabim miskashim Siv zeh, because many people have difficulty understanding the Siv, this paragraph. He has to expand on it and elaborate on it to a degree. Unavaro, Hamagid, Mishnah. According to the elucidation, the explanation of the Magid Mishnah and the Kesef Mishnah. You know, the Magid Mishnah was a Rishon. I don't know if you knew that. Although he's a commentator on the Rambam. The Kesef Mishnah is the Beis Yosef. That's his commentary on the Rambam. And this is the way the Vilna Gaon also understands it. Firstly, you have to know the three things, three principles. If you identify with an open city even for one day, Kori Poruz, Kori Yudalit. You read it on the 14th, you identify as a member of the open city, not the walled city, you read on the 14th. You only have relevance in the Mukaf Chom of one day. Kori Mukaf, Kori B'Tesvav. We'll see. We'll see. Zman HaKriya Hu Ikar Bayom. The primary reading of the Megillah is the day reading, not the night reading. Because that will determine if you plan to be there or not be there. The Kem Shoy Boria Prozos Pascholas Yom Hayom Yudalit Korib Yudalit. Person was in open city at the beginning of the 14th. Read on the 14th. Chenk Chai Gavno Dinyi Mukofin B'Yom Tezvov. We'll see. We'll apply this. Gimel Zman Kriya Shekosev Mechaber Hainu Zman Kriyas Hamokom Shuboato. When you speak at the time of the readings where you find yourself at that particular moment. Lo b'zman sheyotze misham. Let's see what he means. V'ato nevaras hasif b'seder b'chol prat b'fnei atzmo. Now he's going to apply every detail of what he said, or every one of these variables to apply it. Ben ir shoholach l'krach. A person lives in an open city, Tel Aviv, he plans to go to Yerushalayim. Okay? That's what he plans to do. Im hoyo dato beis nisyosa lazlum kom b'zman kriya. Okay? A ben ir sheholach lekrach im hoyo dato beis nisyo. When he left his open city to go to the walled city, had in mind lazlum kom b'zman kriya. He's going to be back in his location on when they're going to read the Megillah. Rotzlom b'zman kriya shel tezvov. 1 second. Dahainu misher hayom lo yeshom kiyasu mishom kodim or hayom. He plans. The person's going from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim, and he plans to leave Yerushalayim before the 15th of the morning. He's coming from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim. Will be there the 15th that night. He's already planning this on the 14th. He plans to go to Yerushalayim, but he plans to be out of Yerushalayim before dawn on the 15th. That means he's not going to be Yerushalayim at the time of the primary reading Yerushalayim. But he'll be there at nighttime. Does he read it on the 14th? Does he read it on the 15th? Right? One second. Avsham sof roeh shu muchrach l'sakiv shom gam al yom tezvov mikol mokom in a nikro b'shem mukaf v'koreh b'yom yudal b'yoseh b'krach. This is interesting. A person leaves Tel Aviv, let's say on the 13th of Adar. Plans to be in Yerushalayim, okay, only until pre-dawn on the 15th. He's returning the 15th night to Tel Aviv. Then, and he left, and after he leaves, and he arrives in Yerushalayim, let's say on the 13th, let's say on the 14th, he left the city already. Now he's in the walled city, and he realizes he has to be there for the full 15th. When he was in his town in Tel Aviv, he's going to Yerushalayim, he's checking out Yerushalayim before dawn. He arrives on the 14th, okay? Arrives on the 14th. He realizes he has to be there for the full 15th. So when he left his location, how did he identify himself? Well, how was he identified? As a member, a 14th person. Because he wasn't going to be there during the primary reading in Yerushalayim, which is the day reading. This person, even factually being in Yerushalayim on the 15th in the morning, he knows he's there, he has to read it on the 14th in Yerushalayim. You following? Sort of. Again, if all this happened when he was still back at home, originally he was planning to check out, he's in Tel Aviv, he gets a call, you have to be there the full 15th. Night and day. He didn't check out yet. He didn't leave his Tel Aviv yet. In that situation, he'll read it on the 15th. But when he left his location to go to the walled city, his plan was to leave before the daytime, before the 15th day. Now he arrives in Yerushalayim, he realizes he has to be there the full 15th. Since when he was uprooted from his community, he was planning to go back, he's identified as a 14th person. So even though he plans to be there the full 15th, he's going to read the Megillah on the 14th. For 15th, he could walk out before Kriyas Megillah on the 15th in Yerushalayim. And on the 15th, he could walk out before Kriyas Megillah. He doesn't have to hear the Megillah. Because when he was uprooted from his location, he's still identified with his location. When? They could see him. Why can't they see him? They could see him. What's the Mizan Yerushalayim? That's the halacha. That's the halacha. It's not a bizoyan. That's the halacha. Maybe it'd be a question of losses godu. You know, like a person who keeps 1 day, and he's in a location where he keeps 2 days. He publicly is not permitted to violate Yom Tov. So Mer says because it could cause quarrels. You don't respect our day, right? So therefore, you're not permitted to violate the Yom Tov for that reason, only for the sake of peace. So the question is over here. You're going to read the Megillah on the 14th here. It's not Purim by us. So, but again, it's not violating the day. You're not violating the day. There, you're not valuing what we're doing. But you give gifts. You want to have a festive meal, you can have a festive meal any day of the year. Right? 1 second. Mikol mokom eno nikra mukaf. Where is it? Mikol mokom eno nikra shei mukaf. V'korei biyom yudal biyoseh b'krach. He reads it on the 14th in Yerushalayim. Again, Ernie, let's read it again. You fly out of New York, and you plan to go to Yerushalayim, but you plan to spend Purim with your relatives in Tel Aviv, wherever they are, okay? And then you're in Yerushalayim, your relatives tell we're going to be in Yerushalayim for the full Purim. When do you read the Megillah? Right? He was planning to be there the night and go back to Tel Aviv that night. Right? After Kriyas Megillah in Yerushalayim, he was going to go back. That was his plan. You come to Yerushalayim, you plan to spend time with friends in Yerushalayim only the 15th. On the 15th night. And then you plan to go home. Back to Tel Aviv or to any other open city. No, yeah, you plan. That's your plan. The plan. You come to Yerushalayim, you realize they drew a lottery, free hotel stay. Okay? You can stay the full 15th. Okay? 5-star hotel. Stay free. You're staying for the 15th day. When do you read the Megillah? On the 14th or on the 15th? And he knows that it's the 14th now. He's already there on the 14th. Does he read on the 14th? Does he read on the 15th? Now, but he only plans to stay the full day only once he arrived in Yerushalayim, or after he left his community. He reads it on the 14th. Because initially when he left his community, he left to return before the daytime reading, before dawn. Before dawn. Okay? The Korab Yom Yudal V'Yosef B'Krach. Even though he's in the walled city, he reads it on the 14th. One said, Avol in Beis Nisios Lo Yebedato L'Avsu Min HaKrach. Let's say when he left his community, he had in mind to be the full 15th into the daytime. Even though he may come back Purim afternoon, right? To spend the Suda back in Tel Aviv in the afternoon. But if the morning, he planned to be in the morning in Yerushalayim in the walled city, he's only staying after dawn, only till after Zman Kriya. Hainu Baboker Shel Tezvov Shekar Hu Zman Kriya. So he's going to be there during the day reading, which is a primary reading of the 15th. Oschalolov Shem Mukaf V'Kori Imon B'Yom Tezvov. He's classified as a person of the walled city. He reads it on the 15th. What? Afilu Imarka Chozel Iro B'Yom Tezvov Kori Shom Im Lo Kora B'Tchila B'Krach. You hear this? Let's say he was in the 15th. So he reads the Megillah on the 15th, Yerushalayim. Let's say some reason he had to go back, and he still didn't read the Megillah on the 15th. He'll read the Megillah on the 15th back in Tel Aviv. You have the case. He should have read in Yerushalayim. Let's say a person, regular Yerushalmi Jew. Right? He had to leave Yerushalayim, and he wasn't able to hear the Megillah in Yerushalayim on the 15th. He reads it on the 15th in Tel Aviv. What about a person missed the Megillah? He was in Tel Aviv, for whatever, he didn't hear the Megillah in Tel Aviv. And he wants to read it on the 15th. It's too late. He missed it. He has no relevance to the 15th of the month. Right? This year, he missed it. He missed the mitzvah. The other person, he could be Yotzei. Because his classification, he's a 15-day Jew. He's gone. It's too late. Because what was his classification this year? His classification was a 14-day Jew. It has no value. And if you'd say the bracha, it'd be a bracha levatolo. Doesn't have to be Yerushalayim. Let's see. No. It's no Tanai. There's nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. You don't have to be. I don't have to talk about Tel Aviv. Let's talk about you're at a location more than 2,000 amos outside Yerushalayim and you can't see the wall. You're outside. Not even Efrat. You don't have to go to Efrat. Wherever it is. You're outside Yerushalayim more than 2,000 amos and you cannot see the city. You're in the valley or the other way, right? And they're on the other side of the mountain. You can't see them. The Gemara says because it's beyond 2,000 amos. You're a 14th. You read them on the 14th. Doesn't make a difference. And you have a guy on top of a mountain who's 10 miles from Yerushalayim. He reads it on the 15th because he can see Yerushalayim. He's going to be the 15th in the morning, Yerushalayim. He reads it she reads it in Tel Aviv on the 14th. Well, we didn't discuss that case yet. No, here we're talking about. Here we're talking about. Yeah. And I understand that because when he left, he planned to go back. Right. And when he left his town, he was planning to go back. She reads it on the 14th in Yerushalayim. And the day reading. No, there's no such thing. Either A or B. No. Right, so if you don't plan to be there in the morning, so you read it the 14th night and the 14th in the morning. Okay? The question, what do you need a minyan for Yerushalmis for? There's no. We're just saying that there's no such thing. You're not a Yerushalmi. It's not like you live in Israel, you live in Chutzlar. It's not that. It's a whole different concept over here.
rejected a lot, person rejected a lot. Meaning, starting point, you have a rule that if someone is in a walled city, then they, from a certain time period, then they hear Mizrah and need untouchable. Now we're saying it's based on a person's intent as opposed to...
Here it's a question of classification of the person. How do you classify the person? Who's considered a member of a walled city regarding... You want to commemorate the miracle because you're a member of that community. You're celebrating in that community. Now, what's called celebrating as part of that community? First, we're establishing the primary reading is the day reading. We have to classify the person. No, but how do you classify a person? Let me ask a question. A person... No, it's not true. Let's say a person decides he's making Aliyah before, what's his name? Before Pesach. And he sent his things already. He's not there yet. Right? And he's moved, he's gone to Israel, make Aliyah, he came back to do some things. And he gets stuck for Pesach. Just one day, not 2 days. It's all in the mind, right? But you didn't spend the Yom Tif yet in there. So it doesn't make, if you went there already, and now you came back for business, you got stuck for Yom Tif, you're a Yerushalmi. Or you're a Ben Eretz Yisrael, you're not a Ben Chutz La'aretz. No, it's not you intended. You were there and you came back. A person made Aliyah after Sukkot. No, made Aliyah after Sukkot. Never spent a Yom Tif in Israel. Comes back, he gets stuck in the United States for Pesach. Does he keep 1 day? When he comes the second day of Yom Tif, does he daven Chalamot davening or Yom Tif davening? He doesn't daven Yom Tif davening. It's Chalamot. Because where's your location? Here it's commemorating a miracle, right? You're commemorating the location. They celebrated a day later. So the question is, being in the location, is that sufficient in itself to commemorate the miracle? That's it. But we said he had to leave Tel Aviv. Let's say he realized his plans changed when he's still in Tel Aviv. Yeah. That means nothing. Of course, he never detached from the community. Right, correct. Okay, let's see the Chovos HaLevavos.